Sitting along Newport's historic bayfront, the original Moe's Seafood and Chowder has been around for more than 75 years. Okay, 76 if you're being picky. But to know the history of Moe's, you need to go back even further, to 1942. It started with a restaurant first called Freddie and Moe's.
And they sell everything from T-bone steaks to spaghetti, hardly any seafood on the menu.
4 years later, Moe bought Freddie out. The restaurant wasn't exactly what it is today. Check out this menu from 1950. A T-bone? You can get that for $2, or a hamburger for 30 cents. Seafood? Customers were more like, see ya later.
Nobody wanted to eat fish. So like your customer base were fishermen and longshoremen and loggers, and so you know they wanted like something, meat and potatoes and that kind of thing.
It wouldn't be until the late 60s that customers really came for the seafood. It was also the same time that Hollywood came knocking. That's Paul Newman outside Moe's on the set of his movie Sometimes a Great Notion, starring he and Henry Fonda. And that's presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy. Yep, he made a campaign stop at the restaurant, even asking Moe if he could take some of their chowder with him on his next campaign stop.
It was a huge compliment. He couldn't believe how good the clam chowder was, so he said, can you bring some for us to the airplane?
Today, Moe sells more than 4,000 bowls a day of their clam chowder. They pride themselves as being a family-friendly seafood restaurant. So now that you know what Moe's is, do you know who Moe is? Let's go back to that picture with RFK. Moe is in that picture. Yep, that's her right there in the glasses.
A lot of people think she's a guy. Yeah, so that's a really common assumption because her name is M.O.
Moe was a single mother of 2 sons and the driving force behind Moe's Seafood and Chowder. Her great-grandchildren Dylan and Gabrielle McEntee operating more than just a restaurant, but maintaining the legacy of their grandma.
I don't know if there's a day that goes by and I think, well, I wonder how Granny would deal with this.
They describe Moe as a family-loving woman, someone that knew what she wanted and had a mouth of a sailor.
Very generous heart, but also she would tell you exactly how she thought. She did not mince words, and sometimes those words were 4-letter words.
Moe died in 1992 at the age of 79. And the name Moe, well, that comes from?
Her real name is Mahava, actually. It's a really beautiful name, and she just shortened it to Moe.
And that's what's in a name. I'm Devon Haskins, KGW News.